there, Taurus. Welcome to your November 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Serena here. Okay, if I get 3 of these cards, no, I guess not. I was going to say, because I have a rule, if they're all reversed, first few, then I will do them over again, but that's fine. Okay, I'm going to pick an additional card. Okay. Definitely got some reversed cards. This one was reversed. I'm going to just hold it upright. Not that it really, I don't think you're going to really go, oh, that really makes a lot of sense now. Daughter of Wands is the Page of Wands, but it's reversed. Page of Wands reversed can mean that you're dealing with some kind of news that has been unwanted. Now, when I get the main card, it's not to suggest, of course, this is for November, and I'm recording this in October, but it's late October. It's something that you're currently working through. So it can be, I don't like the term bad news, but it can be having communications with someone that doesn't feel like it is favorable to you. You don't like what you hear. It can also be if you have started some kind of project that it is delayed. Now, in the month of November, there's a full moon that I feel is really powerful. Not I don't think it's a super moon. I think the one in Aries was the last super moon. I could be wrong about that, but it is connected to Uranus. Uranus is going to be in conjunction with it. Uranus retrograde, but it could be for Taurus people. It could be quite powerful because it could mean that you just release something in your life very suddenly and resolutely. In other words, you don't go back. You don't, kind of question it. And, but we're talking about as the month begins, we have this Page of Wands reversed. So it's really about first learning of this situation. I think it could even be in October, when you may have learned about this. And so we have here in the past position the Two of Wands. So there may have been a desire to maybe change careers. I think, yeah, I feel like, because Wands is connected to career matters, and it can be like with the Page of Wands reversed, that there is something that makes you doubt that this is really what you want to do, or if you're currently doing something that maybe you invest a lot of money and time and all of that, and you're like, oh, damn, I really don't want to do this. The scenario that I can think of right off of the bat is somebody who went to college and majored in something, and they get out in the real world and they start doing this thing, and it's like, I don't want to do this. But in their mind, they had this, maybe it was a kind of a fantasy of what it would be like. And they realize it's not what they like. And if it's something where you had to get training, like, for instance, someone wants to be a teacher and they go through student teaching, they may find out then that they don't like that thing. But they kind of talk themselves out of it, and they say, well, when I'm in the driver's seat, when I'm the head teacher, then I'm going to like it a lot more. And they realize, no, I just don't like this thing. it really wasn't what I wanted. I wanted a certain setup that this type of job can never provide me. There's just too many other factors that makes this not ideal. And so that could be what the Page of Wands reversed represents to you. And the thing that you really want to do, it may be something that you've put on a shelf. And Two of Wands can be like really debating, you know, what do I do now? That's why I say with that full moon on November 15th, you could be really doing something and it's like, whoa, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just walked out. And it could be like, you know, I have to say, it could be a marriage, a committed partnership. Maybe with the Two of Wands, there are two people. And maybe it's a fire sign individual. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Leo is the one I would say first and foremost, because Leo is a fixed sign like you, and there can be physical chemistry, if you will. There definitely could be something passionate with this fire energy that makes you want, but it's with the Page of Wands reversed, it could also be that you can't communicate with that person for some reason. And I'm talking about, I mean, yeah, you could say that you have a hard time communicating, but I'm even talking about that there's some barrier. Maybe there's some place where they can't communicate with you, like being in the military or something. The higher message is the Ten of Cups. This is a card of happily ever after, of family harmony. And so the interesting thing about this card is if you have fallen in love with someone and you're married, I'm not saying that, oh, well, this means you're going to pick your marriage over some kind of fling or potential fling. Not at all, because you may realize that you are unhappy in your marriage or committed partnership. You may realize that you've been kind of tolerating a bad situation. Wands is all about freedom. And when I said that word freedom, I said, oh, wow, they're going to think that I'm advocating for something selfish, being selfish. That's the furthest thing from the truth. I'm not doing that at all. But I am saying that, you know, when I think of the Ten of Cups, I don't think that sticking with a marriage that is loveless, unhappy, is always the best path, even if you have children, because they can sense it too. They know when their parents are connected and when they are being polite, but they're not really in love with each other and things like that. So it's obviously, you know, individual situations involved. It's not going to be one size fits all, but just saying that these kinds of things are, you know, they happen sometimes. And sometimes it can be falling in love with another person, even if you are not having an affair, but you are feeling feelings for someone that you realize what you don't have in your primary relationship. What crosses you is the Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. And this is a card, I mean, it depends. This could be that you're in a relationship with someone who is not caring or romantic. Maybe you feel like you're missing this kind of romantic behavior that maybe the one's person, if there is another person that you're dealing with, that they kind of, that's how that might be how they live their life as a whole, where they just see life as something romantic. It's like a romantic adventure. And, one thing I want to kind of mention here is that I'm not saying, that sometimes people are very emotionally immature, and so they will never really be able to have the kind of relationship that they're looking for unless they make a concerted effort, or maybe they need to go into therapy or something, because they have this fantasy idea of what relationship is all about, because they're very out of touch with their feelings, perhaps. And so they have these concepts in their mind about what it's about. And some people are, very traumatized, based on how they were raised, and they have like major trust issues. And so they, even if they are involved in a relationship, they just treat it like this, how relationships can be these cliches, based on what we're told, like movies or something, and not really real things, real structures, real, relationships that can sometimes get messy, because they don't want to experience that. They're trying to avoid feelings for the most part. So I feel like there are people out there who are involved with these types of people, these wounded people, and it can make them starve for affection. And when you feel starved for affection, you're in a very vulnerable position, because you feel very lonely in your primary relationship. That's the relationship that you spend the most time with that person, usually the person that you're married to or that you live with, your significant other, is going to tend to be your most, invested time in that relationship. And if you don't have that sense of emotional connection, it can feel very lonely. And somebody can come around and show interest, and it makes you feel alive again. It makes you feel like, wow, there is more to life than this. And so being able to see that. Also, I feel like that card, like if I'm reading it as a reversed Knight of Cups, it can be somebody who's emotionally immature, but sometimes this can be they have a drinking problem or some other type of substance abuse problem, which one of the reasons they do is because they're trying to avoid feeling their feelings, but it causes them they can't become more emotionally mature because they are, not feeling their feelings. So they can never really grow. And these types of people are very limited, and they can cause other people problems because of this. They can cause families to feel a lot of disharmony, children to not feel like their lives are secure, because there's a lot of conflict, or even if there's not outward conflict, they can sense that there is problems. Maybe if they have a parent who has an addiction, they don't feel that sense of connection to that parent. So it could be like that this is something that is a really big deal. Now, I did pick this reversed, but I'm going to read it upright. This is the Seven of Cups. And this is a card, this is for the position of what's coming in. And it's a card of in the upright position, it can be a card of like not having a clear idea of what it is that you want to do. It's funny because even the reversed way can be this too, this sense of a muddled thinking. Sometimes, it's being in confusion. And, with the Page of Wands reversed, there may be lethargy even. You may get, the Two of Wands can be that you're getting some kind of offer and you're so in this rut that you have a hard time even considering it. And so you have to be careful. In some cases, the Seven of Cups reverse can be clearing your mind. It's really funny because it can either be that you're gaining clarity or that you're continuing to be in this muddled way of thinking. It's up to you to realize what that means for you. And the outcome card, I'm just going to hold it upright, not that it really is going to make any sense, is the Three of Pentacles reversed. And so, like I said, if I get like 3 reverse cards in a row, I will just do the reading over again. But I do read reversed cards. And I did get a combination of upright and reverse cards, so I did go along with this reading. But even the clarification card, I'll just hold this up for you to let you know what this is. Two of Swords. This is Two of Swords reversed. Yeah, I feel like there's some, and my glasses, I feel like there's some kind of decision that some of you are having a hard time making. And part of the problem with the Page of Wands reversed, you may have done something in a rash manner. Maybe you're impatient about the results, and now you're living with your decision because it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. And so going back to that example, not that I condone having an affair or falling in love with someone, but, it happens whether I condone it or not. So I'm going to use it as an example, especially because I think it could be the case with some of these people, because number 3 can be a 3-party situation. Number 2 can be choosing between 2 people. I would say with the Three of Pentacles reversed, something is blocking your productivity. The Three of Pentacles can be coworkers, but when it's reversed, it's not happening in a good way. And there may be like you're not getting that cooperation. Even like within your significant other type of relationship, you might not be on the same page with this person. And perhaps you tried to tolerate things and it just didn't work. And now you're dealing with wanting, possibly wanting out of it, but you may be doing it for the wrong reasons. You may be thinking that something is going to be magically changed, but you have to look within. It's not something that, maybe you chose the wrong person to be with and that's dragging you down, but it doesn't mean that your life is going to be perfect. So this, the Two of Swords, again, I'm reading it upright, but it's like it was picked reversed. In the upright position, this can be at the horns of a dilemma, and when it's reversed, it can be that you have made your decision about something. And it doesn't mean that it's an easy decision, whatever this is. Again, we had the Two of Wands as the second card to represent the past position. So let me just pick one more card to kind of symbolize all of this. Oh, interesting. Okay, the Star card. Well, first of all, the Star card is connected to the sign of Aquarius. So if this has anything to do with somebody of that sign, then, you know, maybe that's what it's kind of a confirmation of what you've been dealing with. But the Star card in general is faith in unseen forces. For a sign like Taurus, this is not easy to step out on faith because you're an earth sign, so you're interested in tangible matters. But again, it's really kind of ironic because with the Three of Pentacles, yes, Pentacles is earth, but the number three is all about expansion. And sometimes people who are in that groove, if you will, are trying to grow something. Maybe they're trying to grow a business. Maybe they're trying to grow a relationship. It takes two, or it takes something other than just throwing yourself into a project. Even with things that are creative, there has to be, to me, this, it's almost like, you know, the creativity, I associate it with the wands or the fire. It's almost like something has to catch fire. It can't just be like, it's not the same as when you're digging a ditch or something, when you just are using brute force to achieve some goal. There has to be this cooperation with spirit, I would say. And so the Star card is that cooperation. It is about those that have crossed over who may be guiding you, giving you signs. I often think of the Star card as some kind of difficulty that you have been through in the past, and now you have come out the other end and you feel very hopeful. It's like hope has been restored in your life, and you're seeing the first signs of that. And that can be very helpful for people who are, who have been struggling. Because it's almost like asking for a sign so that you can make a decision on something and you get it. It might be a synchronicity. It might be some symbol that is connected to somebody that you loved who has crossed over. And that allows you to realize that they're still with you. And any kind of decision that you have to make, anything that you're dealing with, you're being guided by, from this invisible realm. And, even higher than that, we can think of God as being part of this, where we don't have to just do everything in a material sense, that we know that the universe has our back. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I do astrological readings primarily. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye.